A post-apocalyptic Britain, a world shrouded in mystery, and a game that blends survival, horror, and immersive storytelling. Atomfall is on the way, and it's looking like one of the most intriguing releases of the year. But can it stand shoulder to shoulder with the titans of the survival horror genre? Personally, I think its setting alone is a big win. We've seen plenty of post-apocalyptic games, but rarely do we focus on Britain, and that gives it a fresh atmosphere that I'm really excited about, so let's take a deeper dive. Developed by Rebellion, the studio behind S.T.A.L.K.E.R Elite and Zombie Army, Atomfall is a survival horror game set in an alternative history Britain devastated by a nuclear disaster. Combining elements of exploration, resource management, and psychological horror, the game throws players into a world where mutated horrors and human threats lurk in the shadows. One thing that caught my attention is how the game seems to blend that eerie, almost folk horror vibe into unusual nuclear wasteland formula. That could make for a far creepier and more unpredictable experience than just another radiation-ravaged cityscape. With Atomfall's blend of survival mechanics, horror elements, and immersive storytelling, how does it compare to other heavyweights in the genre? Much like S.T.A.L.K.E.R and Metro Exodus, Atomfall leans into a dark, atmospheric world filled with radiation-ravaged environments, eerie tension, and encounters that make every step a risk. That's something I personally love in survival horror. When a game makes you feel the weight of every decision, every bullet spent, every step taken into the unknown. If Atomfall nails this aspect, it could be an absolute gem. And while it's not an open-world RPG, Atomfall shares Fallout's DNA in its alternative history setting and emphasis on scavenging and survival in a nuclear aftermath. But don't expect a campy retro future. This world is bleak and far more grounded. I actually think that it's a great direction because too many post-apocalyptic games lean into satire, whereas Atomfall looks like it's embracing a more haunting realism. With this in mind, survival mechanics will seem to play a major role, with resource gathering, crafting, and hostile threats that will require strategic thinking. Whether it will feature the fluid movement of dying light remains to be seen, but traversal and evasion appear to be key mechanics. If they give us satisfying ways to navigate the world while keeping tensions high, I think that will be a massive win for immersion. So, what sets Atomfall apart from the games it draws inspiration from? Unlike traditional survival shooters, Atomfall introduces a heavy psychological horror element. Expect paranoia, hallucinations, and unsettling moments that blur the line between reality and madness. This is something I've always wanted more of in survival games. Jump scares are fine, but real horror? That's creeping dead. That's what stays with you long after you've put the controller down. Instead of just surviving for survival's sake, the game promises a strong narrative hook, leading players through an unfolding mystery tied to the disaster's origin. I love when survival games give you a reason to push forward beyond just stay alive. If Atomfall nails this, it could elevate it beyond just another collect resources and don't die experience, which is fine by me. A unique aspect is the deep British culture and folklore-inspired horror elements as well. We're not just dealing with radiation, we are dealing with the echoes of old myths and fears that have been twisted into the disaster. This is such a cool twist because folklore horror, it has this ability to just get under your skin in ways that typical post-apocalyptic horror doesn't. I can already imagine how creepy this atmosphere is really going to be. And of course, with any upcoming release, there are things to be excited about and things to be cautious of. For example, Rebellion is known for solid games, but hasn't tackled something quite like this before. Can they pull off a gripping horror survival experience? I really hope they do, because if they bring their experience with tight gunplay and from S.T.A.L.K.E.R Elite and mix it with solid survival horror mechanics, this could be something unique and special. And will the survival mechanics be deep enough to keep players engaged, or will it fall into repetitive fetch quests and basic scavenging? For me, the best survival games are the ones that give you options and let you choose how you engage with the world. Fingers crossed that Atomfall gives us that level of depth at least. And finally, balancing horror and action is a very tricky concept. Will Atomfall lean too much into action, losing its tension, or will it master the eerie, slow-burning dread? Personally, I hope for more Stalker-style tension, where the fear comes from the atmosphere rather than just enemies jumping out at you. At the end of the day, Atomfall is shaping up to be an atmospheric and gripping addition to survival horror genre. Whether it will deliver on its promises remains to be seen, but the premise alone is enough to get excited about. I know I'll keep a close eye on this one because everything I've seen so far kind of ticks the right boxes for me. Are you looking forward to Atomfall? What are your biggest hopes or concerns? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into upcoming games. Until next time, stay safe out there.